Brian, I got a question for you. I'm looking at my watch. I need to know what time is it. Brian, do you know what time is it?
It is time to repeat.
Not only that, it's time to kick some ass. We here at the Diamond Mine are here to take over opening night trivia league. And guess what? We're going to use the Charmander twins as our stepping stone to future glory. Tell them, Brian.
You guys are going down. We are here to win.
Let's go.
Hey, Albert, are you ready for our match today?
Oh, whoa. What time zone is this? Oh, man, I'm so jet lagged, man. We got a match?
Yeah. We're playing the Diamond Mine.
Oh, shit. I haven't studied the post-2000s Haley Steinfeld and pre-22nd century Pixar, man. I'm so sorry.
Oh, this is for ONTL, Albert. Or this is an ONTL match.
ONTL. What happens in ONTL?
Well, I guess you'll have to find out.
Okay, we're so ready. We're so prepped.
Payson, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Guest host.
It's right. We're both guest hosts. We're not normally the people here. We're just here sometimes. Welcome to Open Night Trivia League. This is another debut teams match. Tonight we're going to have the Charmander Chaps going up against the Diamond Mine, but not that Diamond Mine. It's the ONTL Diamond Mine. So we'll be talking about them today. I don't have a ton to say about it. I'm excited to see how both these teams are going to do. Payson, any thoughts before I bring these guys in?
Yeah, I think two teams making their debut, Matthew and Albert. They've now been around for a little while. Steve and Brian, they're sort of making their first debut this rookie year, but should be exciting. So let's see what happens.
All right, let's get to it. Without further ado, let's introduce the first team with a record of 0-0, making their ONTL Opening Night Trivia League debut. Steve Mesa, Brian Nussbaum, the Diamond Mine, and their opponents also with a record of 0-0 in this league, making their Opening Night Trivia League debut, Matthew Chen, Albert Wiradharma, the Charmander Chaps. Let me arrange you guys how I want it. Boom, 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 boom. All right, guys. This is how round one works. We got 10 questions in 10 different categories, varying categories. If you get all 10 right, there's a bonus question. And if I'm not going to do anything special, I know Alex dabs. I said I'll golf clap. Payson, you could do something. You could throw up your Sun Devil horns, whatever you do. That's fine. Perfect. Good. Are you guys ready? Any questions before we start?
Nope.
All right. Both teams are going to get 4 repeats and a challenge if needed. I will ask you your first question, and it's going to come in the realm of horror. What type of animal is Black Phillip in The Witch? And 20 seconds per question. I will count down from 20. I came around on this director recently. I didn't like it until his latest thing.
Fair. Yeah, I really enjoyed his most recent film.
Yeah. Made me really rethink things.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with Steve.
You could say he was bad to the bone. Well, no, that's a sheep, but you get the point. Go.
Albert.
Go.
And Brian?
I put a cat.
And Matthew?
A goat.
Okay, he is a goat.
Yes, goat is correct. We will be moving on to your second question in the category of animation. In Tangled, what does the hook-handed thug want to be in the song I've Got a Dream? Have you ever met any hook-handed people in your life, John?
I do. I mean, it's funny you should ask that. I do work with veterans, so yes. I've met people with all kinds of different appendages of all different sorts. So, yes.
That's fair.
But not many of them sing about what they want to do for a living. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Not many singers in that crew. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with Albert.
Pianist?
And Brian.
I thought he was a singer.
And Matthew.
Pianist.
And Steve.
Hand model?
Pianist is the correct answer.
Well, so a hand model would be very funny.
Your third question is going to come in the category of war. During which war is Lawrence of Arabia set?
over in multiplex, when we're told, hey, put some plot-based questions in round one, we often go to, which war is this set in? Happy to see you guys do that in ONTL over as well.
Oh, that's a standard everywhere you go because there's so many wars and so many minor wars. We'll talk about those in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're starting with Brian.
World War One.
And Matthew.
World War One.
And Steve.
WW1.
And Albert.
I said 2.
Almost a clean sweep. It is World War One.
All right, your next question will be coming to you in the category of drama. Which 1950s film features performances from Anne Baxter and Bette Davis? And Brian, we do need both hands on screen. Yep.
Thanks, Mason. I always slack on that. I appreciate that.
No, I get it.
And and everybody knows classes isn't my bag, but I recognize those names.
That's fair. Davis, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. Oh wait, I messed that up.
Repeat.
Repeat. Yep.
First repeat for Diamond Mine.
Which 1950s film features performances from Anne Baxter and Bette Davis? Yeah, I feel like one of these names is probably a little more recognizable than the other. I don't want to say it just to give any hints, but
Yeah, one of them definitely has a song written about them.
yeah.
And we're going to bring it down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with Matthew this time.
All About Eve.
Steve
I put down Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
and Albert
I said Sunset Boulevard.
and Brian.
Say I also put whatever happened to Baby Jane.
All About Eve is the correct answer.
Good pull, Matthew.
With that, Matthew, I'm not going to jinx him. Let's go on to question 5. 2010s. In Fast 5, which character obtains the handprint needed to open the vault? And again, big weak spot. Not that I've seen the first one, definitely. But then it just kind of it falls off terribly after that.
Weirdly, I've seen 7 and onward, and I've seen the second one due to trivia because I was once given John Singleton.
All right.
Yeah. I've yet to see this one.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're back up to Steve
Yeah, I don't have the character name. I know it's Gal Gadot.
and Albert
That's right. I said Brian.
and Brian
I guess Mia Toretto.
and Matthew.
I can remember. I said Brian.
No one is correct there. We're looking for Giselle.
Giselle.
With that, I did jinx Matthew. I am sorry. No perfect rounds.
Your next question will be coming to you in the category of crime. What state is The Departed set in?
Here's the joke everybody makes. You have a 1 in 50 shot, everybody.
Yep. I was going to say, we've got Lawrence of Arabia, All About Eve, The Departed. We're going through a lot of Best Picture winners.
Mm-hmm. And there's more to come. Definitely more to come. More to come in 5,
Sweet.
4, 3, 2, 1. We're over at Albert
Massachusetts.
and Brian
I put Boston.
and Matthew
Massachusetts.
and Steve.
Massachusetts.
Yes, Massachusetts is the correct answer.
We
Cannot
were looking for
accept-
the state, not the city, unfortunately.
Oh, I misheard.
Your next question comes in the category of Oscars. What film won Best Picture for movies released in 1970?
Hey, would you look at that?
It's like I knew what questions were coming. It's crazy.
It's almost like we have an entire document showing like all the answers.
You mean you weren't coming up with these off the top of your head?
No, surprisingly not. This is not like an improv routine for me.
Yeah. We need those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting with Brian this time.
I put Walkie.
And Matthew.
I can remember. I said Patton.
And Steve.
Put Cabaret.
And Albert.
I also put Rocky.
Well, Matthew couldn't remember, but he's right. It is Patton.
Nice.
Your eighth question will be coming to you in the category of romance. In The Princess Bride, what distinctive feature does Count Rugen have?
It's a great question. All I can say it's a great question. There's not much chatter I can make on this question without giving away anything.
Yeah, I was
Or
going
it's
to
the
say.
answer to this question. We all have distinctive features, and so does this gentleman.
Yeah, I'd say some, but I don't want to give away any answers.
We can find out that answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're starting with Matthew.
I said extra finger.
Steve.
6 fingers on a hand.
Albert.
I said 6 fingers.
And Brian.
I put five heads.
Okay.
4 heads.
He has an extra finger, 6 fingers on one hand. I can accept all those answers. I was tempted to count down from 6, but I didn't want to do that. So, and we are back to me for classics. Which juror is the last to change their vote to not guilty in 12 Angry Men?
Once again,
Probability question.
you have a 1 in 12 shot. This is an excellent film. Favorite of one Caleb Boatman.
Which means if you get it wrong, he may visit you in your sleep tonight. 5,
Yeah.
4,
He's
Three.
great.
That's happened in the past.
2, 1. And I think we're back up to Steve.
Steve, yeah.
9.
And Albert.
I said 7.
Brian.
I said number 5.
And Matthew.
I said 5.
Unfortunately, no correct answers there. We were looking for juror number 3.
Wow.
Played by the great Lee J. Cobb. And your final question will be coming to you in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the scores for Philadelphia, Silence of the Lambs, and Spotlight? Would you look at that again?
Yeah, look at all of those, right? My goodness.
Philadelphia, not.
Philadelphia, no, but the other 2, yes.
Mhm.
Wow, someone loves Oscars today.
Yeah. It's always a fun night for certain movie fans.
And we'll bring it down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're over on Albert right now.
I can't remember. I said James Horner.
And Brian
James Newton Howard.
and Matthew
Howard Shore.
and Steve.
Hans Zimmer?
Matthew again, correct. It is Howard Shore.
Good point, Matthew.
Thanks.
Let's do a quick score check here. Payson, correct me if I'm wrong. I have the Diamond Mine with 5 and the Charmander Fellers with 12.
That is what I have, yes.
Okay. Round 2 is your deep cuts round. You guys both selected a film. I'm not clear who has Finding Nemo. Which guys is Finding Nemo here? So Charmander Chaps are Finding Nemo, which means that the Diamond Mine is a Goofy movie.
Correct.
Charmander Chaps, since you are in the lead, you have the choice which movie you'd like to do first. Obviously, if you answer questions from your own movie, point for you, 2 points for your opponent. Your opponent's movie, 2 points for you, 1 point for your opponent. Where would you like to start?
Should we start with the Goofy movie?
We can start with the Goofy movie. You're going to get 6 questions in a Goofy movie, 3 questions each. So we'll start with Diamond Mine. Who wants to answer the first 3 questions in a Goofy movie?
You want to go, Steve?
Yeah, I'll go.
And Charmander Chaps, who's going to go first for you guys?
Albert, you want to?
I can go first.
Okay.
I will leave you guys' pictures where they are. Payson, if you don't mind asking these questions full way through, because I have to make the wheel.
Yeah, 100%. And just to make sure we're doing Goofy movie first.
We're doing Goofy movie first.
Okay, yes. Your first question. What does PJ say his dad is going to do to him as he is leaving the principal's office? I watched this movie for the first time last year. Really enjoyable.
I remember watching it back in the day, and then I watched it again recently for a reason I won't disclose. But yeah, I found it was enjoyable, and I understand why it's enjoyable. And I
Want
think
me to do the countdown?
you can do the countdown. Yeah, do the countdown if you don't mind.
5,
Oh.
4,
Oh.
3, 2, 1. Steve, we'll start with you.
He's going to annihilate him.
And we're going to go to Albert.
I said bury him.
Both incorrect. The answer we have is squash him like a bug. Yep. So we'll be moving on to your second question. What color swim trunks does Pete wear when he goes into the hot tub? I'm going to do light banter because I know John is busy, but I will say I used to have a hot tub in my old house. It's very nice. Of course,
My hot tub is currently broken, but I'm working on it.
That's fair.
Attached to my pool, and the heater does not work.
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Albert will go to you.
I said blue.
And we will go to Steve.
I said green.
Both incorrect. We were looking for purple.
Wow.
And the final set of a Goofy Movie questions will be read now. What is the first member of Lester's posse that gets introduced besides Lester? It's always fun when you get to call your group of friends a posse. It's always like, yo, I'm just hanging out with my posse. This whole Western town.
Payson, you did that recently.
I did, yeah. That was fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve will go to you.
I got Larry.
And we will go to Albert.
I say Jester.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Buford. All right, so no points picked up in that set, but we will be now moving on to Brian and Matthew's questions in a Goofy Movie. Brian and Matthew. In the shot of cars entering the Powerline concert parking area, we see a car with 3 people from what profession? One would think when you're going to a concert, you would take off your work uniform, but you never know.
Not everybody, and I'm done with the wheel, so we can banter. We can banter for that.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Don't want to spoil it, but we're going to do those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian
I put nuns for the church.
and Matthew.
I said police officers.
They are nuns.
Nuns, yep. We will be moving on to your second question in this set. What is the first road trip game Goofy reads from the list before settling on 20 questions? 20 questions is a very fun game. I used to have like a little thing that like...
The 20Q handheld game? I remember that thing.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
I was always shocked as to how accurate it was sometimes at reading my mind.
We're down to about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Matthew this time.
So the first thing he has on his list is storytelling.
And Brian?
Probably about Receptacle card game.
Neither correct. Looking for a road bingo. Yeah, you're right. Storytelling is the first name on the list, but Goofy does not say that out loud. He says road bingo, then 20 questions.
Okay.
And your final question in this set will be coming to you. This final question in this set of a Goofy Movie. How many pins does Pete initially knock over on his first ball on his RV rooftop bowling alley?
I got to say, I don't have an RV rooftop bowling alley. I actually have to go to a bowling alley to enjoy that. But
yeah,
don't imagine. If I had unlimited money, an RV rooftop bowling alley would probably be something I'd pick up eventually. Yes.
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back over to Brian.
I put 8.
And Matthew.
9.
9 is the correct answer. And then he tries to get his son to knock over the 10th one.
Yeah.
So after that, I have Diamond Mine getting their points up to 6 and Charmander Chaps getting their points up to 14.
That is exactly what I have.
Sweet.
Now we will go over to your questions in Finding Nemo. And we're going to keep these guys exactly as they are.
Yep.
Your first question in Finding Nemo for Steve and Albert. How many baby turtles turtle pile on Marlin?
Turtle pile. That's a
turtle pile. As opposed to, if they were dogs, they'd call it something totally different.
Mm-hmm. One would think. Sure, they would call it an aardvark pile.
That's probably very accurate.
Yep.
Just a reminder, even if your partner's answering, just keep your hands on screen at all times.
Yeah, I'll just try.
I've been reprimanded by the boss. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with Steve
I put down 10.
and Albert.
I said 8.
We're looking for 7 turtles. 7 turtles. Turtle pile on Merlin. Your second question. When Nemo first tells Dory his name, what's her response? I've never gotten, I've always no one ever says anything to me. but she responded, and that was nice.
I watched this movie a lot as a kid.
I didn't. I was an adult, so who cares? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Albert. Pens down.
I said I know Nemo.
And Steve.
Nice name.
Very close. That's a nice name. That's a nice name. And your third and final question. At what interval does the Aquascum 2000 scan the tank? Also, very fancy machinery in that tank.
I was gonna say, yeah. I would get one of these, but I do not have a fish tank.
Yeah, if I did, I don't know if I would necessarily splurge on that Aqua whatever 2003. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're back to Steve.
Third interval.
And Albert.
I said every 5 minutes.
Albert is correct. Every 5 minutes. For your second set of questions, we'll go down to Brian and Matthew. Your fourth question, and the first in your set. When Nigel asks what tool the dentist used to open in his root canal, what is Peach's response?
I mean, this just sounds painful.
Oh yeah, I think you can't really talk about dentistry without getting some sort of imagery of just people being in pain, and root canal just amplifies that when you say that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna find out what tool he used in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Brian.
I put a drill.
And Matthew.
Is it a Gator Glidden drill?
That is correct. The Gator Glidden drill specifically is what he uses. Your second question. What is the recommended break time Marlin suggests to Mr. Ray that he should give Nemo if he gets too tired while swimming?
I used to competitively swim when I was very young.
Me too.
Yeah. Now, if I were to try it, I would need a very large break time.
Yes.
Wouldn't like to say any guesses, but large.
It is not 5 seconds. 4,
No.
3, 2, 1. We'll start with Matthew
10 to 15 minutes.
and Brian.
Put 5 minutes.
Matthew is exactly correct. 10 to 15 minutes. And your final question of Finding Nemo. What is Dory's incorrect guess when the school of fish impersonates an octopus? I think I would have gotten it right, to be honest. But, Dory, not the sharpest tool in the shed there.
Yeah, you show me a picture of an octopus. It'd be kind of tough to get that wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back over to Brian.
I could pull it.
And Matthew.
I don't remember.
Looking for a clam. She guesses clam. All right, with that, score check for the end of round 2. I got Diamond Mine at 6. The Charmander Chaps up at 17. Is that what you have, Payson?
Yes, that is what I have.
Okay, we're going to go to round 3. Round 3 is the wheel round. And I did make a wheel on the old wheeldecide.com. Let me share that. Charmander Chaps, since you are in the lead, you could choose if you'd like to go first or second. What would you like to do?
Up to you, Matthew.
You can decide.
Oh, let's go second.
All right, there it is on the screen there. Tonight's wheel is brought to you by nothing because I use an ad blocker.
Hey.
So just so you guys know, Diamond Mine, your categories tonight. movie release dates, coming of age, sports, crime, scores and soundtracks, comedy, animated, action adventure, and of course we have spinner's choice and opponent's choices on the wheel. If they come up, they cannot be respun, but you do get one respin if you choose to use it. You guys ready?
Ready.
Here's your first spin. Actually, I'm going to prime it once. This one does not count.
Yeah, of course.
Let me prime it for you guys. That's good. And here, and this one counts.
I'm very happy that priming a wheel is.
You land on crime. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Not that good or crime. How about you, Steve?
Let's go again.
Yeah, spin
Okay.
again.
Lands on spinner's choice. What would you guys like to do?
Steve, we discussed this earlier. You want to go with our pick?
I think we should probably. What do you think about going with movie release dates? Is that good with you?
I'm okay with that.
All right, let's go with that.
Since
Movie
you-
release
since
dates.
you're good at it.
Yo, Payson, I know you love movie release dates. So what, you want to ask these questions? I would
Yes.
never take this. I would never take this from you.
Understandable. As the resident data whore, I will be taking these questions. Diamond Mine, your first question in the category movie release dates. Tron was released in what year?
You know it, Steve?
I believe it was 1981.
Let's go with that. 1981. Final answer.
That is incorrect. Charmander Chaps, a chance for a 2-point steal.
1982.
That's what I was thinking as well.
All right. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Off by one.
Yep.
Brooklyn Vale Sandwich, as we call it. What year saw the release of films in the Muppets, MCU, and the Sherlock Holmes franchise?
2011. Because 2011 with the Muppets, Thor, and Game of Shadows.
Yes.
2011 final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And just a reminder to competitors, just hands on screen. Thank you. Your third question. What year saw the release of the last film from Frank Capra and the first film from Jerome Robbins?
Last film with Frank Capra with Jerome Robbins. I'm thinking 1957.
How confident are you on that one?
I'm not positive at all.
You want multiple choice?
Yeah, multiple choice.
Yeah, multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, 1959, B, 1961, C, 1963, or D, 1965?
I'll leave towards A or D. How about you?
I think we should go with A, 1959.
1959 final answer.
That is incorrect. Charmander Chaps, a chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, 1959, B, 1961, C, 1963, or D, 1965?
I was thinking 1961 because of West Side Story.
Okay. I have no clue, so if you think that, then go with it.
Okay. 1961 final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Nice.
All right, your penultimate question, Diamond Mine, in the category of movie release dates. What is the most recent year that saw the release of a film directed by the Coen brothers, Quentin Tarantino, and Jason Reitman?
So I'm gonna go. I got it. I think it's 2009.
Let's go with that one. I will agree with that one.
2009 final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Films being A Serious Man, Inglourious Bastards, and Up in the Air. And your final question, the category of movie release dates. What year saw the release of Ray?
2004.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
With that, I have the Diamond Mine getting up to 12. Charmander Chaps sitting at 20.
That is what I have.
Okay. Let me bring our friend the wheel back up, our unsponsored wheel. He's going to come on back. Charmander Chaps, this is your first spin. Lands on sports. What's your choice here?
What do you think, Albert? I don't think I'll be. I think there's probably better stuff on the wheel.
Yeah, let's just respin.
but-
Take our
You
chances.
respin. Oh, you missed Spinner's choice by like a millimeter. It's action adventure.
Okay.
All right. I will read you your questions in action adventure. May get to that part of the document. Your first question in action adventure. In which Jason Statham movie will you find James Franco playing a drug lord named Cator?
Do you know this one?
Jason Statham movie. I don't know.
Do you want to go multiple choice?
Let's go multiple.
Multiple choice. Your multiple choice answers are A, Crank, B, Homefront, C, Parker, or D, Wild Card.
And none of those stand out to me. I don't know which ones like would have James Franco, so
Yeah. Want to go with Crank?
we can just go for Crank. Yeah.
Crank, final answer.
That is incorrect. Steve and Brian, your choices again. A, Crank, B, Homefront, C, Parker, or D, Wild Card.
B, home front. Final answer.
Yep.
That is correct. Charmander Chaps, your second question. Who directed the 1997 film The Postman?
Do you know this one?
No. Do you know who's in it?
No, I don't.
Post it. I don't have a clue.
Let's go multiple choice.
Yeah.
Your multiple choice answers are A, John Turteltaub, B, Wolfgang Peterson, C, Kevin Costner, or D, Martin Campbell.
Any of those stand out to you?
Not really. The Postman. You can pick whichever.
5,
go with-
I trust you.
4. Three.
C, final answer.
C is correct, Kevin Costner.
Nice.
Your third question in action adventure. What 2010s action film has a cast of Jason Patrick, Chris Evans, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Is that The Losers?
Maybe.
I cannot picture
That's-
Jason. I cannot picture Jason Patrick, but the other.
I think-
order.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in that, right? So do you want
Yeah.
to just go for it?
Yeah.
The
The
Losers.
Losers. Final answer. And final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And I believe, well, we'll keep going. They're not there yet.
Not quite.
Your fourth question, in First Blood, what is the name of the town in Washington Rambo wanders into and gets arrested?
I haven't
I
seen
haven't
it.
seen this.
Okay. Let's go multiple.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice answers are A, Hope, B, Colville, C, Langley, or D, Forks.
None of those stand out to me. So if you want to just choose one, then go for it.
Well, I don't think it's Forks. That's Twilight.
Yeah.
So,
Fine.
Hope. What's the second one?
Um,
I'm gonna go with the second one.
Sure.
B. B. Final answer.
B is incorrect. Steve and Brian, your choices again are A, Hope, B, Colville, C, Langley, or D, Forks.
Do you know this one, Steve?
Yeah, I believe it's A, hope.
Final answer A.
That is correct for 1 point. And your final question in action adventure. In Dr. No, who plays Honey Ryder, love interest to James Bond?
Ursula Anders.
You got it.
Final answer.
Payson, what do you rule on that?
That's incorrect.
That is incorrect. Transfer 2 point steal, Steve and Brian.
It's Ursula
Urs-
Andrews.
Yep, final answer.
Say that again.
Ursula Andrews.
That is also incorrect. It is Ursula Andress.
Yes.
Ursula
Andress.
Andress.
Wow.
Address.
With that, we will have a round 4 because I have the margin at 9. I have Charmander Chaps at 23, Diamond Mine at 14. Is that what you have, Basin?
That is what I have, yes.
Okay. So round 4 is our IMDb round. Basically, there's going to get 3 questions. Your 2-point question, you'll get the year, actor, and genre of a film. You'll get, for 3 points, you'll get the year, director, and plot keywords of a film. And for 5 points, you'll get the decade, and you can choose any 3 out of the exact year, director, actor, co-actor, genre, or keywords. Charmander Chaps, since you are in the lead still, you can have set 1 or set 2.
You want to take set 1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Set 1.
All right. So, Diamond Mine, you'll be able to collaborate on all 3 of these, right? That's how we're doing this? I believe that's it.
Yes.
And your first question, I believe you asked them their questions in movie release date, so I'll ask them their questions in IMDb.
Yes, and just let them know they do have to hit all of these. Correct?
Yeah, you will have to get all 3 of these correct to stay in the game. Any one of those will trigger the TKO. Your first question. Your year is 1987. Your actor is Mel Gibson, and your genre is action, crime, and thriller.
Brian, that would have to be Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, let's go. Lethal Weapon. The answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your 3-point question. Your year is 2005. Your director is Doug Liman. And your keywords are marriage counselor, bounty, and secret identity.
I believe that's Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Final answer.
That is correct for 3 points. Your 5-point question. Your decade is the 1990s. What would you like to pick?
I think, Brian, we should probably go with the year, the director, and the keywords. What do you say?
How about year, director, and actor?
You want to go with year, director, and actor?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. How about you?
Okay, I'm down with that.
Okay. For 5 points, your decade is the 1990s. Your specific year is 1998. Your director is Barry Levinson, and your actor is Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, I know what this is.
Go for it.
Wag the Dog. Final answer.
And your winners, the Charmander Chaps looking for Sphere.
Oh, Sphere.
Sphere, yes.
Oh well.
With that, we're going to reduce this for 1 second. We will start with our unfortunate second place finishers this evening. Let me remove Albert from the chat. Steve, Brian, unfortunately, things just, it just started sliding for you. How do you feel?
Feels good. We got the question we knew correct, and some of them were that we did know that well.
Yeah, you guys hung in there. I think it was, you hung in there. You got to round 4. A lot of teams in these debut matches don't even do that, so it was definitely a commendable effort. Steve, how you feeling?
I'll be honest, man. I'm a little disappointed, not just because we're losing. It's just like I didn't think Barry Levinson directed Sphere. That was the thing. Is I just it is what it is. Again, second loss as a team. I just can't get a break on ONTL, man. I don't know what it is. I can't wear. I feel I'm like degrading here. It's like I feel like Seth Brunner after he stepped into this time machine, I'm like deteriorating on ONTL over here. I'm just hoping to regenerate very soon, develop those muscles, and try to develop a great comeback. But it's tough, man. It's really tough.
Well, this is not goodbye. We definitely are going to see you guys again in both sides of the league. But now that you're thinking about it, you've probably been watching some matches. Is there any teams you're looking to face in the future?
Probably whoever comes up, maybe Richie's team looking to face them, or whoever comes up, or JPO's team.
JPO's team. I want a piece of JPO.
I agree.
I want a piece of JPO. So whenever we can set that up, let's set that up, because we get a little bit of a mini show about trivia reunion. But
I agree.
He's not answering the questions. He's going against me.
They're called the Fun Uncles here, so we will make sure we try to set that up for you. I will relay that message to Mr. Spence himself. With that, we're going to put you guys backstage and bring on our winners. Matthew and Albert, great match. How you guys feeling?
I mean,
Yeah.
feels great to win. Yeah. First win in this division in this league, so it's nice. It's a nice start.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys are allowed to say more. I'm gonna let you guys say a little more if you want to.
I wasn't expecting so many visual questions for the deep cut.
Mhm.
So that threw me
Yeah.
off guard. It's like, whoa, these are like visuals after visuals. I guess that's what I should pay attention next time. But yeah, aside from that, I think we played a great game. Matthew carried round 1. And that Ursula and Andres. That's my Andres. Yep. That's gonna matter.
It was very close. Like I normally, I would have, erred on the side of caution, but there's eyes on me. I can't just give points away. It's crazy.
That's what
That being said, nothing at stake in this match as far as moving on to any sort of ladder. But so, who would you guys like to face out of the crew we got over here in ONTL?
Matthew, you're more familiar with the roster in this league.
I don't know. I'm happy to face anybody. So
All right.
No one in particular.
That sounds good. With that, I'm gonna send you guys backstage. I'm gonna close this thing out. Payson, final words from you.
Yeah, great way to start Charmander Chaps' record with the TKO. That's always a nice way to start. Honestly, when I saw Diamond Mine was down 8 points going into their opposing team's second spin, I thought we could have seen a knockout. So props to them for sticking in. But yeah, I think this was definitely a fun match.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great. We'll definitely see them again. We're going to be recycling things. Things are moving pretty quickly around here, so I'm pretty happy with that. Again, for myself, for Payson Johnson, for Steve Mesa, Brian Nussbaum, Albert Dharma, Matthew Chen, I'm John Marr. Let me go through what Spence would say, is wash your hands, wash your face. I always like to add in, like, you probably should wash the rest of yourself as well. But if you're out in public, you don't have a lot of time, hands and face are the most, you're seeing those. So that's primary. Get vaxxed, get boosted. If your doctor recommends you get your second booster, do that too. They want you to punch Nazis. I'm okay with punching Nazis, but you should punch all ranges of douchebags. And with that, this has been ONTL. Have a great evening.